mental health,
Yeah.
definitely it's a tricky part
Yeah, it's
because
very tricky.
taking people out of everything they are used to.
Yeah.
Let's say if you are a
Putting
footballer,
them
you
in
are
one
used to
place.
going into the field, or
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
are a social individual, you are open to
People,
meeting your
yeah.
friends and all of that.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you are being restricted of all of those.
Yeah.
So it can be a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
But here the goal is to prevent the spread, because we
Oh, okay.
understand health is the most important thing.
Yeah.
You are an individual, but you have a potential to infect an entire community.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is what the goal is here. You
Yeah.
understand?
Okay.
So the goal is to prevent an entire community, not just you as an individual. And again, you are part of those entire community. So you might be surprised that you ask an individual, so to see if the individual will prioritize his own life or his family. The person might take his family. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's the bigger body here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no individual would want to jeopardize the life of his family just
Yeah. Yeah.
because of his social life or his other activities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the goal here, is
Yeah.
to
I
prevent
guess
population spread.
the health care should also come in that, like
Mhm,
counseling them will help them
mhm.
calm their mental health. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess that is also
those are all part of the
yeah,
process.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so as you are there, you are not just left on your own.
Yeah, you
This
are
is why
also
when
guide.
I said, I said when you are isolated, though you'll be little bit restricted, because the goal is to prevent the spread,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you will be having access to some of the
So some of
basic
the
needs, like
okay.
some of the things that you
Yeah,
usually want to do. You'll be having access to those,
yeah,
because
yeah,
the goal is to prevent you from spreading, but not also to put you in a condition that will eventually affect your health.
yeah,
Yeah, so some of those things are all put into the picture.
yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, is this Miss Fatmata or Fatu? So, okay, Miss Sedikan from is it Nyamina Dankunku? I don't know where. Okay, now, have you ever involved yourself in some certain coverages? The both of you and Mr. Samura, have you ever coverages like this quarantine service, something like that? Have you ever? Oh, okay. How about Mr. Samura?
Not actually. I've not actually taken part in the quarantine service, because when we came into college, that was after the pandemic hit already. And the last time the Gambia adequately used quarantine was during the time of pandemic COVID-19. Yeah, so we came into the school after that has happened already. But at some point, I was also engaged in the border surveillance. Like I said, every border will have a public health officer that will be doing some of these screening. So at some point during my practical, I was exposed to some of this experience. So I was put in a place that I will observe some of the individuals that will be coming into the country. Yeah, so I was exposed to that, but not actually quarantine.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So now, you made mention of a very important point, that is people that goes to the community and the like that are affected or also being kept by, let me say, their family members. So now, how do you guys happen to notice such, or also how can you be able to fish out those people? Because if you come to my house and says that we are this type of individual and we are here to do some certain jobs, how does it looks like? Do they normally used to give you the privilege for you to do such, or it normally used to traumatize you people, or is a headache, or even a problem to you guys? No, we'll be using one mic for now because the other mic is off. Okay, so does that also disturb you people, or is it a problem to you guys? Because when you wanted to check the whole family members for you to fish out that particular individual, does it used to be a tussle?
Yeah, definitely is not an easy one. But again, the goal is to prevent community infection. So at some point, you will go into the community, like you rightly said, the community or the family might want to withstand you. But during the time of COVID-19, it was not just the health sector that was involved in taking care of this individual. Most of the time, they go with security. So the family restrict you from getting access to them, so these security men will put in the pressure to make sure that they are taken care of. Because every individual is supposed to be isolated to stop the prevention or stop the spread of this condition. So it's not just the health sector; the security also has a role to play at that point.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah, sometimes it will be challenging because some families, when you go to them, you tell them that I come to do this and this checkup. Some families will deny you of checking their kids because some will not be aware, like mental, that like they will be like people have come to my family to do this and this, so it is not safe because they might bring some of the diseases that I do not know. And we can see it in most of our parents. Yeah, sometimes like during the COVID-19 they'll come to check your blood temperature, this and that. Even you will be eager to go and do it, but sometimes your family will even restrict you from doing that thing. So it's, I guess it's always challenging for them.
I don't know. I don't know for Miss Serikan. I don't know whether you have also parade such activities like that. Now we come to, let me say, the polio vaccination, or even some of this let me say polio campaign, or this vaccination that you guys normally used to do, because public health is really doing great on that part. So I don't know, like, what are some of your challenges that you guys are getting during this polio campaign or vaccination?
Okay, thank you so much. There are a lot of challenges, to be honest, because in this country, a lot of people are not aware. When you go to a compound, sometimes you'll find people there. Mothers will hide their kids, or some you will see the kids. They will say that they do not have kids, or their kids went to school. They will restrict them because they said they do not trust the vaccines. And some will give you stories like the white people want to reduce our population. I that do not make sense to me. If they want to reduce our population, most of our foods that we are eating, they can put something there and then wipe up our population. And the thing, I think one place we are lacking is the health education aspect. We have to strengthen it in order to meet our targeted coverage, because people are not actually aware of what the vaccine can actually help their kids
All right.
and prevent them from.
All right. So
The,
now, now, if you say so, people do not trust it. Mr. Samura, do you trust it?
The vaccine.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I've trust it.
You you trust it.
Yeah.
You trust the vaccine.
Yeah, I trust it because
Okay.
literally, in the country, when you look at the population, it's every individual at some point went through vaccination. You might observe your body. If you are really a Gambian, you have a mark here on your left arm or even the right arm. So that mark represents a vaccination. That is what we call the TB vaccine.
Okay.
So and every individual take them. So literally, it's a national thing. Yeah. So just to add on to what she said, the challenges they are numerous. Among them, she said lack of health education because people are not actually aware of the importance of this vaccine, and these vaccines have actually contributed to the reduction of some of these infectious diseases in the country, the likes of polio, measles, and the like. You as an individual, you might not even know what polio means. Because polio is being taken care of now. But when you look at our country back in 10 years or 20 years back, polio was rampant here. And polio, poses individual to a severe aftermath. You can be paralyzed as a result of polio. So these are all issues that have been taken care of because of vaccination. But people's knowledge of this is limited. You understand? And again, it also comes down to misinformation. We have other individuals that spread other messages to the community that are not actually related to health. One can say when you take this, it will reduce your fertility rate, or it will kill you, something like that. So these are all misinformation that are spread in the community, and they are actually contributing to the challenges when it comes to the coverage. Yeah.
And what I would say onto what she said is like some parents will hide their kid. That was like during the prostamon syrup issue. So it has killed a lot of kids. So some parents would rather hide their kids than risk them for them to take some of this vaccine. Because sometimes looking at the Gambia, you will see some syrups are being imported, but sometimes they are not being checked regularly. Sometimes they might only check the color and other things, because I don't think the Gambia is having those equipments, those machines to detect the syrup, whether it is a good one or a bad one. So that is why most of the parents are always afraid to risk their kids.
That's very good. Okay, Fatima have something.
that is important too, but that one is not our area, so we don't dive into that much. But when it comes to the vaccine, no vaccine will come here that is not certified by WHO. All the vaccines that are here, they are certified by WHO. So like it's the mentality that people have against vaccine, and they have to learn that this disease, as my boss said here, they have helped us a lot in terms of diseases like measles, because during the MR campaign, there was a compound I went to and then explained measles to explained measles to that man. The old man explained to me like when he was little how measles was affecting kids around everywhere. He said like he really made me emotional when he explained how measles was dangerous at that time. But now it's very rare to see kids having. You don't see a case, but we do the vaccine for prevention so that we will not have cases in the future.
Okay. So now, did any one of you been tested with the vaccination, or it is purposely, let me say, for kids, not for adults?
There are certain vaccines that are given across. Like we have vaccines for hepatitis, and I believe that can be another topic of its own because hepatitis is also a condition that affects a huge number of our population, and is even more scary. Is more dangerous compared to what we know as HIV. You might be surprised. That is hepatitis. Yeah, it's a sexual transmitted infection that affects the liver. You understand? Yeah, so I specifically have taken my vaccine against this hepatitis. It's usually given to children, you understand? But as an individual, when you go to the health center, you communicate with the public health officer, you can also be vaccinated against hepatitis.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
meaning that one is not, let me say,
That,
you went for it, or they come and give it to you, or is
no,
it that you went to demand for it, or is the public health that will go around and also vaccinate people?
no, we vaccinate children. So during that process, I've decided to also take my own share of the vaccination because it will not make sense if we are contributing to preventing individuals when we ourselves we are not preventing. You understand? So again, it's well recommended by WHO for every health personnel to take this vaccine. You understand? Because you are in an environment where you will be posed to some of these things. So it's only right that you are prevented. Because, like I said, these are infectious agents, so it can get access to you through some stains or through some cuts. Let's say an individual use a knife that is infected with this hepatitis. So if you also happen to be caught by mistake or anything, you can be infected. But with this vaccination, even if that happens, you will not be infected because your body has already stand an immunity against that condition. This is the importance of immunization and the importance of vaccination.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this wonderful discussion. This will draw us to the end of this particular discussion. But before that, I would like for you guys to give your last or final word to the people watching out there, or let me say our viewers. Okay, so what will be your final advice to the viewers? So who shall I give? Shall I go to? Or ladies first? Okay, I go with.
So, okay, thank you, Mr. Musa, for inviting us here. We really learned a lot. And to say to the public, quarantine is not, when you are taken for quarantine, you are not contagious. It doesn't mean that you are some wild animal or whatever. I mean, they are, you are being quarantined to protect you and your surrounding, so that we can have a productive community, and also we can help the community to the nation at large. So it's not how they view it. During the COVID time, people battle a lot with people not adhering to quarantine services. I had that a lot. So whenever health personnel tell you this is how we have to go about your case, adhere to them. They know, at least they know better. They can help you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful summary. So I will also go to Mr. Samarasa.
My important message to the viewers is that we should always prioritize our health. Like in whatever you do, anything that will jeopardize your health, you should try to run away from that. because you might be surprised that you will not be able to do anything appropriately if you are not actually healthy. So health is the foundation of everything we do. So anything we do, we should always make sure we prioritize our health. And us as public health officer, this has been our goal. We always want to advocate for health. That's what we stand for, to prevent people from having some of these infectious agents that can impair their health. So my advice to everyone watching this is to always prioritize your health. At some point, you can be posed to certain risks that will put your health in danger, but make sure you always stay away from it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Samura and Miss Serikan of Armada. Thank you very much for this wonderful discussion. I would like my colleague here as a host to also give a closing to the general public out there that this is a health talk, and then I believe you all learn something from this one, and I believe you also do something. So you are welcome, Miss Korea.
Well, thank you, my boss, for giving me the opportunity to talk. Well, my message for the viewers is prioritize your health. Your health is number one. You have to be healthy in order for you to gain anything you want. Whenever you have been infected with something, you have to try by all means for you to be healthy. Find the medicines that will make you healthy. And I will thank the both of you for making us learn something new today, because I have learned something. I have learned a lot, and I hope the viewers will also learn a lot from it. Well, this is the Great Thinkers Media to the world. Do not forget to like, comment, and share. We are here to guide and let you know of the important issues that are happening around us and around our surroundings. We should keep our surroundings very healthy and productive to live a healthy life. Thank you all. Stay blessed. Stay tuned. Do not forget, next week we are here again for you, the viewers. Thank you all.